This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. This rare is pretty good, but it's gold and it's not that good. You know, it's like, it's a card, if it were monocolored, it would probably be an easy first pick, but being a gold card for a first pick does matter. I mean, you're less likely to play it than a monocolored card, and then the ceiling on the thing isn't that high. I mean, you know, it does stuff, it gets bigger. Mostly it just gets bigger and limited, but it doesn't even do it that consistently. You have to end up with enough self-mill or like multiple evolving wilds. So I'm not that in on it here. I think the best cards in this pack are probably Beloved Beggar, Search Party Captain, and Eaten Alive. And I think I probably take Eaten Alive. I'm more impressed with black as a color overall. I mean, I think white is good, and I like the Beggar and the Captain, but Eaten Alive is just such a good removal spell in this format. It feels like you're playing, you know, 1 mana, exile target creature more often than it doesn't, and then it has that alternate mode. So I think we just take Eaten Alive. Okay, so we have another Eaten Alive. There's also a Nebelgast Intruder, a Grizzly Ghoul. I'm a little tempted to take a second Eaten Alive. They do get worse in multiples, especially if we don't end up in a deck that can go wide. So in some ways, it's like a gold card. It's like a blue-black gold card once you take 2 of them. That said, I might do it. I mean, Nebelgast Intruder is a lot more flexible. It's better in more decks. Like, it's just good on its own, whereas Eaten Alive needs a little bit of help. It doesn't need a ton, but I think we probably take the Intruder. It's been a pretty impressive card overall. I mean, you get a 2-for-1 out of it. More than you might think. Okay, so then there's this pack where, I mean, I think the best card's Gavany Silversmith. It's great in like aggressive decks in this format. Flame Channeler is a little better than I thought just because there's enough common and uncommon ways to damage stuff, but there's still not so many that it's great. And the black cards here are okay, but none of them are so good that I'm like, yeah, I'm going to grab this Novice Occultist. I think the Silversmith is good enough to take over the Occultist. The Occultist does combo with Eaten Alive, of course, but I think we take the Silversmith here. Like, if you have a deck that can just curve out and play Silversmith, it feels pretty good. Okay, so Flip the Switch has been a bit of an overperformer. Dawnheart Wardens is obviously really good if you end up in green-white. Shadow Beast Sighting is a nice card, too. It's awkward because the 2 blue cards in this pack aren't that great. I mean, Flip the Switch is decent, and I think you, especially, you know, it has a weird combo with the Intruder in that you can leave mana up for multiple things. Maybe it's been good enough here that I take it over, like, a card that's off-color from what we've done so far. I mean, I do think Dawnheart Wardens and Shadow Beast Sighting are probably better cards. And even the Astronomer and the Admirer are probably better. Well, the Astronomer probably is. I think we take Flip in the end, but it's a hard pick. Man, I want Ominous Roost to work, but it just doesn't seem like it does very often. I'm going to draft a deck around it at some point in this format. There's plenty of time. I think here we take the Abomination. You know, these things that give you 2 bodies are great. I would actually like Bait Hook Angler and Hobbling Zombie too, but I think we just take the Abomination. I mean, it's good in any deck, so if we don't end up in blue-black, it's not a disaster. So yeah. Yeah, there are some good green cards, but there's none that are so good that I'm like, yeah, I mean, this pack actually looks like blue is really open to me more than it looks like green is, just because both the Angler and Abomination are pretty nice cards. So we're seeing more blue. None of it's the super exciting blue. I might take an Amalgam. I mean, it's a decent, you know, defensive creature if we end up in that sort of deck. Geist Wave, Fading Hope, Secrets of the Key. These things are all fine, too. But maybe I don't think we really want the Amalgam. I think maybe we just want Fading Hope. It's a decent way to interact with the opponent's stuff. Yeah. Well, still seeing pretty good green cards, but still none of them are super good. Granted, these 2 blue cards aren't great. I mean, I think I take Geist Wave if I'm going to take a blue card here. I mean, you know, these are all playable green cards, but I think we'll take Geist Wave. Yeah, Secrets of the Key's okay. It's a little slow. I mean, if we end up in like a real control deck, it's good. The good news is, I think blue is reasonably open. Black doesn't feel that open, and neither does white. So, you know, maybe that Overslime will wheel. If it does, we'd probably take it. I mean, there wasn't much else in that pack, right? People have a tendency to take him, though, just because he's rare. And if you're already, like, if your first two picks are, like, really good blue card, really good green card, a third pick, Slogurk, depending on the pack, makes some sense. No Way Out is decent. It's not much more than that, though. So, Corpse Cobble's okay. I mean, I probably end up taking it here over these other things. Nothing else in this pack is great. I don't love it. You know, it's technically a signpost uncommon, but it doesn't do as much as you'd want it to most of the time. Like, a lot of the time, it's like 2 mana for Menace. You know, put all your eggs in one basket and get Menace. But it does combo well with the zombie tokens and stuff, so it's not terrible. You always play it if you're in blue-black, but it's not something you even take remotely early if you're in blue-black. You know, like, pick 7 is maybe a little early for it. Yeah, nothing here really pulling me in any direction. I might just take a Larder Zombie. I mean, it's a decent 1-drop. I mean, it's been better than I expected. You know, I thought it would be basically unplayable, and it's, like, kind of okay. I mean, we kind of hope our deck is deep enough that we can cut it, but, you know, it's all right. And I think we take it here. I mean, Falconwrath Perforator is probably the best card in this pack, so, you know, not strong. Okay, so here we're going to take a green card because there are good green cards left. I mean, these two are both very playable. I like the Guide more. I like it as a 2-drop that stays relevant all game long. Tireless Hauler is bigger, of course, but I'd rather take the 2-drop than the Hauler. So green does seem probably the most open. So we'll see. So do I want Rotten Reunion or another Larder Zombie? I mean, this does give us 2 bodies, which is good with, like, Corpse Cobble and Eaten Alive. I think I like it a little more than a second Larder Zombie. You know, I don't think there are that many unplayable uncommons. Okay, well, we'll take... Either of these are pretty nice. I think I like the Elementalist a little more. I just love rebuying spells. So those are nice to see late, too. Hey, look, Ominous Roost. We can get it for free right now. We don't do anything with it, though. I'm still going to take it, I guess. Oh, I mean, you know, if we end up in green, maybe we regret not having that mediocre wolf, but, you know, it seems more fun. Tavern Ruffian's just not that good. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd even play 3. It's nice that they can get as big as they can. Free Secrets of the Key isn't terrible. It is nice they can get as big as they can, but there's just so much good removal in this format that these, like, big vanilla creatures just aren't what they are. The big beaters in this format haven't been that impressive, basically. Okay. So, Tovolar's great, but obviously he's not, you know, we're not in colors adjacent to him at all. We're not taking him here over other good cards because we have good options here. I mean, Firmament Sage is nice. It's a little slow, but you know, draws you some cards. Moonrager Slash is excellent, and we're not really committed to blue-black at this point. I think Slash is probably enough better than Crawl from the Cellar that I take it here. Black hasn't seemed crazy open overall, so the idea of taking Moonrager Slash is pretty reasonable. I mean, Firmament Sage and Crawl from the Cellar would both be decent pickups. But I think Slash is good enough to take it here. Okay, well, now we have a Morbid Opportunist, which probably means we lean a lot harder into this deck. There's also an Organ Hoarder, but I actually think Opportunist is better. They're close, though. I mean, Organ Hoarder is great, but Opportunist is a crazy engine that usually amounts to way more than a 2-for-1, whereas Organ Hoarder is always a 2-for-1, which is really good. Loads your graveyard. These are both crazy good cards, but we'll take the Opportunist. All right, and here we'll grab Crawl from the Cellar. Our deck is shaping up to be pretty good with it. Lets us reanimate a thing. Not reanimate, but put it in our hand, put a token on a zombie. I'm down with it. So it does feel like we're probably going into blue-black. Okay, well, here's a Siege Zombie. I think we take it over Ecstatic Awakener. I guess with Larder Zombie in our deck, maybe the Awakener's a little better, but probably not. Siege Zombie is one of these big payoffs for going wide with zombie tokens. Are we going to draft back-to-back blue-black? Looks possible. Then we see this pack, though. I mean, we could just grab Rotten Reunion. Skrillex definitely has a higher ceiling. And we could splash it, and we have a decent number of spells. I think I'd probably take the Skrillex here. It's kind of unlikely we play it, but that pack didn't have a whole lot for us. So yeah, right now it feels like blue-black's where we're going, but we do have blue-red as a potential plan B. Oh, good. Another Siege Zombie is really good news. This pack has good stuff in it. I mean, Chaplain of Alms, Candlegrove Witch, those are good white creatures. But Siege Zombie is the best card in this pack by a wide margin. So we're happy that it's still there. I mean, Gavany Silversmith's not going to make the cut. There's a tiny chance that, like, we end up going straight Grixis. Like, if we ended up with enough fixing, playing these three in this deck wouldn't be crazy. They're strong enough to consider, at least. So, Behemoth is an okay payoff for zombie tokens. I think we probably take it over these two, which are fine, but I think the Behemoth is better for our deck. We could use more ways to make zombie... Oh my god, a third Siege Zombie. Yes, please. People are not high on Siege Zombie in this draft. So now we really need more ways to go wide with tokens. I think once you have 3 Siege Zombies, you probably start jamming like as many Rotten Reunions as you can get. Do we want another Crawl from the Cellar or a Larder Zombie? I think Crawl from the Cellar number 2 is better than Larder Zombie number 2. Seems like blue-black's really open in this draft. More than it was in the last one, although it didn't feel like that in pack 1, I guess, but... Oh, wow. What's happening? Everyone's supposed to be really high on this deck, but people in this particular draft are not high on blue-black, I guess, because we're getting very, very good, like, one of the best commons in the set, like, really late in a pack. We'll grab the Candle Guide. I doubt we play it, but it's a thing. Okay, so we got like a lot of the synergy payoffs, especially the Siege Zombies. So we're definitely into that. Looking for more going wide effects. Liesa is really good, but she's not so good that we want to give up all the synergy our deck has right now. Like if our deck was just like a good stuff deck, I might consider it. As like a speculative pick, but I think given that this pack has perfectly reasonable cards in it for us, I'd probably take one of them. Like, probably another Eaten Alive here makes sense. There's Dennick. We had 2 of him yesterday and then just got wrecked in the draft. It was rough. Okay, so how many spells do we have? We have enough that I think I like Unblinking Observer here a reasonable amount. So I really need things that make multiple zombie bodies, and I think we're in the market for Rotten Reunion at this point because of our 3 Siege Zombies. You know, 3 mana for 2/2/2 tokens that can't block isn't amazing, but it kind of works out in this format. You know, the way things are, the way our deck looks, it's going to be a decent playable. Why would I rare draft her though? Like what purpose would that have when I had access to an Eaten Alive? We're probably not playing Secrets of the Key. It could happen. I guess if we have enough Unblinking Observers, it could happen. Man, we could have had all the Ominous Roosts. Okay, so here, you know, this is a nice thing to sacrifice because of the value it gives you. Gale Drifter's fine. I think we'd probably just take another Flip the Switch, though. Yeah. One thing we could use is a finisher, and this is like a super mediocre one, but I guess it would be one. But I think we grab Flip the Switch here. Okay, so do I want Startle more than Novice Occultist? I think we probably take the Occultist over Startle. We have 2 Eaten Alives and a Corpse Cobble. Yeah, and it gives us another early body on the board for Siege Zombies to do their thing. So yeah, I think we take the Occultist. Really good green cards are still here, it should be noted. These are both quite good, but obviously the ship has sailed on us doing those things. It doesn't look like we're going to be amazing at making zombie tokens, which is kind of a bummer. We're going to be okay at it, but I would have liked to be better. I almost think taking another Rotten Reunion here makes sense. With 3 Siege Zombies. Are we going to have a 3 Rotten Reunion deck? We might. This is a finisher. It's not a great one, but I guess I'm okay with the Amalgam in the end. That's probably the smarter pick there. I like Intruder. I think I like it a little more than the Castaway in this particular deck, too. So we'll grab another Intruder. Yeah, we did not do well on getting zombie tokens, given, like, that's what we really wanted. But yeah. Do I like Shady Traveler more than an Unblinking Observer? I think we probably have enough spells in this deck. We do, that I'd rather have the Observer. Consider Delver. Delver is another early creature. But Consider's probably okay. What a weird draft that was. It seemed like we got insane late blue-black cards, but we just couldn't get cards that made zombies, like, at all. We could have had the Ominous Roost deck, you know? What a weird draft. I felt really good about this draft for most of that draft, but that third pack, like, we needed to pick up some more ways to make zombies, for sure. That said, I'm still feeling pretty good about it. We have a lot of zombies. We have Recursion, Siege Zombies. 3 of them is awesome. You know, we got nice cards. I mean, it's okay. I mean, we do basically have to run the Amalgam because just the Behemoth. I mean, Siege Zombie is something of a finisher, but I think having a couple of things that can finish on their own is pretty good. Probably don't want Component Collector in this deck. I guess untapping stuff could lead to additional damage from Siege Zombie, but yeah, I don't think we're interested in that. Should I have just taken like 3 Rotten Reunions? It's possible. I mean, we've also got Opportunist, which is a great engine. But yeah, like 3 more cards that made more than 1 zombie token would have been great. Like another Falcon Abomination and a Diregraph Horde, I think would have really pulled the deck together. So that's okay. That is okay. All right. So, I mean, Consider's a pretty easy cut, I think. Yeah, we cut Consider. Fading Hope is definitely cuttable too. I think that's probably where we go. And then there's also Geist Wave, which I don't love. The question is the Amalgam better than Geist Wave? Probably not. I mean, I think with the 3 Siege Zombies and the Behemoth and then like Flyers, we probably have enough finishers. Maybe we don't, though. The more I look at our deck, like, a lot of our creatures don't do anything on their own. So, yeah. I mean, we don't have a ton of removal, unfortunately, but... And our Eaten Alive also has Dis-Synergy with our Opportunist, which is annoying. So maybe we do need to leave in 1 bounce thing, and I think if I'm going to leave 1 in, it's probably Fading Hope. And then, yeah, I think we'll cut the Amalgam. Yeah. All right. I took out Component Collector. Yeah, I did. All right. I don't know. You know, back-to-back blue-black decks. Our first one did pretty well. The 2 decks are sort of like... If we could combine them, they would be amazing, because The other deck was better at making zombie tokens, but it didn't have as many payoffs for going wide. And this one has like a lot of payoffs, but isn't as good at making things happen. Is this a keep? I don't think so. I mean, if we don't draw blue mana, we're dead, basically. So, yeah, this is much better. Kind of think we would get rid of Fading Hope here. I mean, it is our only early play, but I think that's okay. We drew a Siege Zombie anyway. So, Siege Zombie turn 2, Falcon Abomination turn 3 is pretty real. Hopefully they don't kill our Siege Zombie. We can get it back now if they do, I guess. So, I think we probably just take 2 here. Now we definitely do. Drops us to 17. Okay. Play our Falcon Abomination. So we're just going to take this hit. Let's hope they don't have the Vampire Flame Tongue Kavu. They don't. That's good news. So I can crawl from the cellar here, get back our Siege Zombie, put a counter on Feral, Falcon Abomination, and then use Nebelgast Intruder to take down the Transformed Awakener. I could also just play Crawl from the Cellar and Morbid Opportunist, which isn't bad either. I could also Crawl from the Cellar and get Siege Zombie back, which obviously isn't bad. It sort of feels like leaving up the Intruder is probably going to give us the most value here. Yeah. Then we'll just end the turn. So the awkward thing here is I have to play the Intruder before blocks, so I can't quite use it the way I want to. So maybe we just use it to kill the Perforator. I mean, a 4/4 is not a disaster. So yeah, we'll play the Intruder here. So yeah, we'll shrink the Perforator. That almost certainly means they're going to transform their Awakener here, but that's not a big problem. They could have just let it die and sacked the Crasher, I guess, but that doesn't seem great for them. Alright, so I think we play Siege Zombie and Morbid Opportunist here. And probably end our turn. We're at 8, which I don't love, but our board looks pretty good overall. Trying to decide if what I want to do is try to double block a thing. There's so many tricks they could have if they attack with that 4/4 that I don't really feel like dealing with. So if it's the trample trick, their creature will still die. And And I have Crawl from the Cellar. Yeah, I mean, I think we go for the double block here. They don't have to use a trample trick here to wreck us, I guess. They do get to kill both. But I think because I have Crawl from the Cellar, I can get away with this. So let's Siege Zombie. We get to draw a card, which helps the situation too. Okay, well that's really good. To draw another Crawl from the Cellar. I guess we'll play Organ Hoarder. Nah, I guess we want to have Nebelgast Intruder available. Yeah. So let's play Crawl from the Cellar here. And I think we want the Intruder. I guess the Abomination's not bad. It blocks, draws us a card, and gives us another body for Siege Zombie. But Nebelgast Intruder does seem a little better to me, just because it blanks. It effectively blanks the Interloper. I think this means we can attack with Siege Zombie. Yeah, we'll attack with this Siege Zombie. And end our turn. So we flash in the Intruder either way. I mean... Okay, so we still flash in the Intruder here. I don't think we block. There's too much that can go wrong if we do. Although I guess if we don't... They could have enough to do lethal to us. They would need like 2 tricks to do it though. Okay, fine. I guess I'm gonna block. I think that's the responsible thing to do here. Yeah. Oh, that's a blowout. Whew. Okay. That might do it for us. I should have suspected such a blowout, I suppose. Should have just taken it. I think taking it was the right thing to do there. With the amount of mana and stuff that they had, it probably was. 4, 5, 6. So if we draw land, we can actually Crawl from the Cellar, put another counter here, and get back Nebelgast Intruder, and that's not bad. That basically lets us do the same thing on the next turn. And making this a 4/4 also makes it a lot harder for Festival Crasher to do the job. Okay. So I think that's what we do, is we flashback Crawl from the Cellar, get back, I guess, the Intruder. Yeah. Get back Nebelgast Intruder, put a counter on Siege Zombie. And then I think we just pass the turn. Can't really afford to attack this time with our Siege Zombie. Oh god, they can get Infernal Grasp back. Of course, we'll just do the same thing on our next turn, so... Could be worse. Interesting. So, yeah, we definitely play the Intruder here. Shrink it. Block with Siege Zombie. Yeah. That kind of works out for us. Okay, I think. I'm sure our opponent is thrilled we top decked another Siege Zombie. All right, so I think we probably go Organ Hoarder Siege Zombie here. Okay. Yeah, we take Eaten Alive because we can play Siege Zombie and cast Eaten Alive. I'm not sure I want to do that right now, but I can. I mean, the Festival Crasher is something of a problem, it's true. But they could play creatures that are going to be much bigger problems, so I think I probably just hold on to Eaten Alive here. I think we try to win this with Siege Zombie, basically. Okay, so this probably means they have any number of tricks, but I think we block like that. Hope they don't have too much going on. I think that works for us. Ooh, that's kind of gross. Let's hope they can't double spell off of it. Maybe they can just rummage. If they can just rummage, I can live with it. If they double spell off of that, I'm going to be pretty sad. Okay. I mean, that 4/3 is big. I might have to eat it. How much mana do we have? We have 7. So if I pay 4, I can get back the Intruder again. It's not that great on this board, though. Kind of feels like we need to kill the Foragers. I think we will. Then we will crawl from the cellar. Getting back. I mean, a flyer is probably a good call. Their life is low enough. Especially one that makes 2 bodies seems like a good call. Am I brave enough to attack here? I can play the Occultist as a blocker, so kind of think I am. I think we block if they attack with the Elementalist. I guess that's pretty obvious. So this does drop us pretty low because we have to lose a life, then they attack us. So now we're at 3, so we're dead to like Moonrager's Slash and other stuff. Oh no! Oh man. That was a close one. I mean, it is rough to go down to 3 against any red deck like that. They had like 2 different ways to kill us there, to be fair. Like, they could have just pointed those both at us. I don't know what they thought so long about. That is the danger sometimes with this deck, is like you sort of... I mean, we're definitely a grindier version of this, and you kind of you end up at low life before you stabilize. Pretty good hand. I mean, we have early drops. You know, Corpse Cobble can do a thing sometimes. Sometimes it's not that exciting, but there are certainly times where it matters. Now we can kind of curve out, you know. The creatures we're curving out with aren't exactly impressive, you know, in terms of aggression between the Larder Zombie and Novice Occultist, but that's an annoying card. I'm glad I can get rid of it if we kill it. With our Rotten Reunion. The only counter is non-creature spells, yeah. Alright, so I think we do it. I mean, I think our opponent might be relying on the fact that they think they can get their creature back. And if we can undo that, we'll be pretty happy. And if they use a trick to trade for our Occultist, we're okay with that too. Oh, they can get it back right away, can't they? I effed that up. Yeah, the Disturb's only 3. Whoops. Yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it's... I was thinking I'd have Rotten Reunion ready to go. Should probably, like, read a card every now and then, you know? Alright, so we'll play our Abomination. And... pass. I do kind of look like Karn, which is funny, because he's been, like, my favorite Magic card since I was, like, 9. But, you know. Yeah, pass the turn. Okay. I think it's fine to attack with our Abomination here and then play Organ Hoarder. I think that's our turn. Oh, I could have Surveilled. Man, I am playing poorly in this game. Hopefully I win it anyway, because I definitely should have Surveilled for free there. Luckily, we have a bunch of interaction in our hand. So that's good. We definitely want the Opportunist. I mean, another island wouldn't be bad, but I think we want the Opportunist more. Let's remember to Surveil this time. I mean, I think I blocked the Angler. I mean, it means I'll get another flyer, but it's not an intense flyer. I mean, oops. We want to pass the blockers. We'll block the Angler. Yeah, so trick makes sense there. We're actually going to remember to Surveil this time. I think we put it on top, actually. What if they get their Bait Hook Angler back? If they don't, I probably Rotten Reunion it. They don't. They do play Scob Wrangler, which is something of a problem, but... yeah, so we'll Rotten Reunion this Bait Hook Angler. And I think we'll play Morbid Opportunist. Probably just swing in here. I can always bounce stuff if I have to. Yeah. No, not our Rotten Reunion. They're hating our graveyard against our graveyard hate card. That rhymes. Trying to decide if I want to just bounce this Wrangler here. Seems reasonable. And I can wait till the end of their turn, though. I could also just bounce the Candle Guide, which definitely costs them more. It's probably a little better. I don't get to scry, but... Oh, okay. Well, that's a problem. So, they can't use it right away, so I think I still just let it be. They attack us for 2. Yeah, so I think we'll Fading Hope the Candle Guide here. This is a turn where we might as well attack with our zombies and think about using Corpse Cobble. I mean, being all in on a thing is a little dangerous, but that's a pretty good draw. Pretty good. So, yeah, I mean, I think we attack with everything here. Except him. I don't really want to do that. You know, even if we wait to bounce it, they still get some significant value out of it. So I'm more inclined to use Eaten Alive almost, I think. So, okay. So do I want a Corpse Cobble? After damage, obviously. I guess we'll see what we draw first. Okay. Corpse Cobble seems pretty okay when they're at 7 to sack both these zombies and get a 4/4 menace. And I can still leave up Flip the Switch. So, thinking I'm going to do it here. The other option, I guess, is just Crawl from the Cellar, get back Organ Hoarder, though. That might just be... That's probably just better, actually. Funnily enough, to get full control, you hit the control button. Makes sense, right? Yeah, so we're going to go Crawl from the Cellar, get back Organ Hoarder, put a counter on our zombie, play Organ Hoarder. They're at 7. Got a Siege Zombie as an option. Nebelgast Intruder also wrecks their stuff. I can flashback Crawl from the Cellar, so putting it in the graveyard is nice. Siege Zombie or Nebelgast Intruder? I think we go with Siege Zombie. I think it helps us grind out a win a little more effectively here. So sacking my own creature to Eaten Alive will draw us a card. What doesn't draw us a card is exiling their thing. So. Yeah, so spending their turn doing that works for us. They're going to take away a Crawl from the Cellar, but I don't think we care too much. We probably just kill this 3/4 and attack them here. Seems like the... Well, 2 of those is a little bit of a concern. So I could Crawl from the Cellar, make this a 4/4. Okay, so... is a bit problematic. However, I think we go for the attack in the sky. I think we play Siege Zombie. And then I think we just leave up Flip the Switch because they're going to have to play something else to get us here. They only have 1 black mana. I guess they can filter it, but that they need 7 mana if they're filtering. So I mean, I could kill a thing and still leave up Flip the Switch. That's not a bad plan, actually. Makes the situation a little more secure. And we'll still have 3 creatures, although I'd have to tap them now. So I think we just pass here. Yeah. I think we pass. And hope that Flip the Switch does what we need it to. I think it has a reasonable shot at doing so. Well, that's a problem. How many? Yeah, doesn't matter. So we can at least corpse cobble it if... I mean, we can't do it right now, but we can ultimately. But that is a problem. So we probably just flip the switch on it. They could have another thing they can do. You don't counter stuff on this side, right? No. So we'll flip the switch. Wait, what? Why is it asking me if I want to do that? Yeah. Did something really weird happen here? Oh, can't be countered. God, I'm stupid. That's why it was asking me. I think we're probably still okay, but obviously that was pointless. We do get another body. The body matters. Okay, well, I have not played well in this game at all. But that might be okay. So what can we get back with Crawl from the Cellar? I guess Nebelgast Intruder is a pretty good grab. I guess that's what we're gonna do. I guess if I make this a 4/3, it can attack. Yeah, we'll get the Intruder. Make it Organ Hoarder a 4/3. They have to block it, so... yeah. Probably worth the attack there. So we get to draw a card off a trade, so we're perfectly okay with that being the outcome here. We get to draw a card off of this, too, so... do they sack one Awakener to the other Awakener? Oh, interesting. So... that is what they do. We definitely just end the turn here. I mean, we kill them with Siege Zombie. We could actually make a 7/7 with Menace at instant speed, too, which is pretty cool. It might be a little riskier than the other options. But yeah. It is a thing. Okay, we got there. Which, you know, should be thankful for that, because I played really badly in that game. The blue-black value stuff helped us power out of my multitude of mistakes. You know, not thinking about the fact my thing No wonder Arena was like, are you sure you want to do it? Although, making that 2-2 mattered a little, but it's not what we should have done, because we had other options in our hand. So it's definitely not what we should have done. Good hand. You know, turn 2 Siege Zombie, turn 3 Falcon Abomination can be a quite a potent start. And I think that's what we do. We could lead with the Occultist if we wanted to hold on to it, but the fact is we have 3 Siege Zombies and 2 ways to get them back, so if they can kill it, it's not a big deal, and if they don't, it's got a pretty high ceiling, so they can kill it. So we'll play our Abomination here. Okay. I think we just play out both the creatures in our hand. Attack. Observer. Occultist. Some big werewolves could be... We're a big 4/4. Showing up, that's not great for us. I don't imagine they attack here, but maybe they do. I mean, trading my Observer for their guide isn't... I don't think it's great for either of us. But I think I'd probably just take it at this point. Yeah, we'll just take it. Alright, so we'll attack in the sky here. We'll have some options with Corpse Cobble here, potentially. It's not super dangerous to do against a red-green deck, is one nice thing. They don't have the bounce. That's one thing that makes Corpse Cobble a bit of a bummer sometimes, is how bounce ends up working against it, but... So... I think we go for a block here and let the 4 hit us. I don't think we're going to Corpse Cobble here in this situation. I think we take that trade and then counter whatever they try to do here, most likely. I mean, they may be playing around our counter magic, but I think if that's the case, we're okay with it. Oh, yeah. So we'll flip the switch on that. We can't deal with another Shadow Beast. They're too big. So I could Corpse Cobble here and make a... It would be a 5/5, and I draw a card, and I do 4 more to them. It's a little risky, but I think it's what we want to do. Then we'll Corpse Cobble. Okay. Well, we don't have all the spare bodies lying around anymore, but that's okay. We do drop them to 9. We can hard cast Eaten Alive if we need to, so that's good. They kind of have to have an answer here. So this is that was a very swingy play with Corpse Cobble. But yeah, if they don't have an answer for our 5/5 with Menace... Okay, well, I think we're in really good shape now, because we just kill that Fangblade Brigand and attack them. Okay. Yeah, so... I could Rotten Reunion first. and then sack that creature. That doesn't seem bad. So we'll get rid of one of these Shadow Beast sightings. Then we'll use... I mean, we can hard cast Eaten Alive, so we might as well. It actually doesn't make much of a difference. So yeah, we'll just hard cast Eaten Alive. We'll pay all the mana. Kill the 3/4. So they're dead to our flyer next turn. You know, unless they're not. They do have weight. There are definitely outs here, but I'm liking our position overall. Yeah. I mean, making the 2/2 matters there because it gave us 2 separate creatures who were lethal. I'm glad Corpse Cobble went our way there. Yeah, I guess once we dropped them to 2, they didn't have a whole lot of outs. I think we can keep this. The no blue mana is rough, but the fact that we have 2 cards we can play pretty easily and we're on the draw, I think makes it a keepable one. It's not amazing, and we really hope to draw some real stuff. But it's all right. Do I want a Rotten Reunion here just to get a body on turn 1? I mean, with Siege Zombie in our hand, it's not the worst plan ever. I think I'm just going to do it. Nice. Consider. So they're probably a blue-red spells deck. Morbid Opportunist is a nice draw there. Player's Siege Zombie. Playing Morbid Opportunist and having like a board where you can attack with a 2/2 feels pretty good, generally speaking. We're not blocking, obviously. Okay. Not really worth attacking with our zombie token here. I mean, I guess drawing a card could be nice, but... the Vandal can attack us pretty easily. So, I think we block with Morbid Opportunist here. I'm betting they could do a thing, but... yeah, they can. I don't really expect to see that card in an aggressive deck, so it's a bit of a bummer to see it there for us, obviously. We need blue mana, or we may end up too far behind here. Ugh. Yeah, it's not good. This is not good. So, I guess I should have Rotten Reunioned on my own turn to save 1 damage there, but... I'm probably going to have to block with Siege Zombie here, which is a real bummer. But I think we're in a place where we need to do it. First, though, we'll use Rotten Reunion and get rid of Electric Revelation. Pass to blockers. Block. And then... do I want to hit another card? I guess I will. Why not? Get rid of Burn the Accursed. Oh, hey, their turn wasn't over. Ooh. Okay. We're in some trouble here, I'd say. Put it mildly. Especially because this thing has Menace, you know, and so that means we have to get 2 things in play that can actually block it at a time. Okay. Drops us to 7. Drops us to 5. All right, so we're going to Rotten Reunion. I think I'll take away Neonate's Rush. So at least we can play our Behemoth now, I guess. So if I attack them here for 6 and play Behemoth, that does put them on the back foot a little bit. We can't block anyway, so I think I'm going to do it. We're going to lose everything but our Behemoth here, of course, but I think if we can... this is really our only shot at finding a victory. Yeah. Drop them to 12. If the decay tokens could actually block, then, you know, I wouldn't go this sort of reckless way, but... so we're at 5. They have a creature with Menace that can ping us. That's not good. That is not good. Go to 3. Are we going to die to another Moonrager's Slash here? We don't. So... Siege Zombie's not bad. I kind of think we just have to pass and try to start double blocking this thing. I think it just attacking for 7 leads to us dying in way too many ways. So I think it's better to just hang back. I mean, they could have a bounce spell or a removal spell and then we're dead pretty much anyway. You know, like that. So they have to double spell here to kill us. Oh, or just flash it back. Yeah, that game did not go well for us. Did not go super well for us. See if we can persevere. This is a much better starting hand. Both our colors, for one thing. Need to open Twitch chat on my phone. Thank you for the follow, No Cath. We are going to keep. These Rotten Reunions aren't especially good. I mean, we're only running 2 because we were desperate for them and we have Siege Zombie and stuff. Lunarch Veteran's a nice card, especially in the right deck. Yeah, it's a pretty good 1-2 punch out of our opponent. Not looking super promising. Okay, well, the fact that they can't do anything else is good. I'm not going to use Rotten Reunion yet because getting the Lunarch Veteran out of the way is pretty worthwhile. We're in kind of an awkward spot here because, like, yeah, I can play the Intruder, but if I kill this, it'll slap its enchantment on me. And if I kill the veteran, they can get it back in the same turn. I don't like either of those outcomes. I think I have to wait one more turn, as crazy as that sounds. I could flash in the intruder just to prevent damage, but... because if I wait another turn, I can use Rotten Reunion to get the cards, to get the veteran out of the graveyard. Yeah, I think we're just going to take it. Okay. That gives us something a little better to use it on, at least. Okay. We are in an awkward place here. My chat has not refreshed on my phone for some reason. So if you're saying things, I might not be able to see them. Looks like I reconnected now. Okay, pass to attackers. Alright, so I think we flash in Nebelgast Intruder here. Maybe what I do is block the Strangler, let it put its thing on my creature, and then just use Eaten Alive on the next turn. Got options here, for sure. I can blank one thing and block another thing, too. Probably not worth it, though. Maybe I just go after the Witch, because there's, like, no downside. Yeah, I mean, I think just blocking that is probably a little better. Man, we need to draw, like, any creatures, you know? We just can't find them. I do have Rotten Reunion plus Eaten Alive, which is pretty spicy. Not for this turn, but for this next turn. Maybe I just exile the Strangler here. I think that's probably wise. Yeah. We'll just take out the Strangler. Keep taking damage from Lunarch Veteran for now. Okay. That's not that big a deal to us, I don't think. Especially because I can just... Yeah. Oh, actually, it's a bit of a deal to us. Sort of the same outcome, but it's a little not good. I can at least use Crawl from the Cellar to get it back. That part's good. Are we going to hard cast the Behemoth here? Maybe. You're not a zombie, are you? You are a zombie. Interesting. So I could use Rotten Reunion to get a token and exile one of their things and then just play the Behemoth. That's pretty good, I think. They are in black-white, so having removal for our creature isn't a far-fetched thing. So, yeah, there it is. Yep. Not good. Not good. So I guess we're gonna Crawl from the Cellar just to get back our Intruder. which is a bummer. And yeah, pass the turn. We're like having, our opponent had mana problems early, and we had creature problems. Like, we just couldn't find a creature to save our lives. With Fading Hope in my hand, it doesn't worry me too much. I mean, they'll get another token, but, like, I'm not sure I care that much. You know? I couldn't have flipped the switched it anyway, so... Alright, so I guess we play our Intruder here. Shrink it down. That was dumb. It's like I'm trying to lose this draft. I've made so many mistakes. This isn't an instant, is it? No. So why did I do that? Nobody knows. But we are going to exile... we're not going to do it yet. So we'll just take the 2 here. That's what we're going to do. That's what I meant to do all along. So... we'll take the 2. This lets us flip the switch up, which I think matters. If they pass the turn, then we do exile that from their graveyard. Yeah, so that's what we'll do. We could have some instant, I guess, but... Goodness. Well, most of the cards in our hand don't really do anything, so we're going to pass our turn. Gosh. We're not in good shape, just in case you didn't know. Alright, so we are going to counter that, which I like. We got that going for us, the counter. Do I... Yeah... I think block... Go to 1... might be our best bet here, which is god-awful, but... I have Crawl from the Cellar, so taking advantage of the resource that is my creature seems good. I could bounce the Cathars, too. Bouncing the Cathars isn't terrible. I don't love giving them more tokens in the future, but... Oh my god. I knew there were other creatures in our deck. See, this is going to be a nice turn. Suddenly, we've got some action over here. That's fun. We can take it down with the help of our Abomination and our Intruder, but yeah, I mean, it's not good. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Corpse Cobble gives us a little something. I think we pass the turn for now. I mean, they get to kill our intruder here, but I don't think I'm that broken up about it, and I may just sack the zombies for a corpse cobble creature with the Nebelgast intruder. I guess I need the damage, so never mind. We have to let Nebelgast intruder live. So they can get the creature back too, which is, you know, not great. But for now, I'm okay with it. Ugh. Okay, well, we don't need to use Corpse Cobble now. I don't think we will. We can use it to get 2 separate bodies, which is good, but yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, Opportunist. That's pretty useful. So we can Corpse Cobble at instant speed and maybe wreck them a little here. I think that's what we're sort of hoping for. So they can pay the mana and get a thing back, which is going to be their Griff. They still aren't going to have... okay, so we know what they have in their hands, so I think we go for it with Corpse Cobble here and sack our 3 zombies. We're going to leave the Abomination in play because it can at least block. I mean, I could go big and just hope they can't kill me. They can't play this turn, so I could just go even bigger on the token and put them on a really quick clock and hope that works out. But the Abomination being a blocker seems important. We do get to draw a card here. We can actually wait to flash it back for potentially more value, too. So... yeah. We'll just sack the 3 zombies. And block. Man, of course we get Rotten Reunion now. Alright. So... I think we go on the offensive here. I guess Rotten Reunion plus another Corpse Cobble is kind of sweet. We can use Corpse Cobble in response to their Griff, which is good. So, yeah, we'll end our turn. We're walking a tightrope here, but I do think there is something of a path to victory. So, because they still don't have Coven, I think we go for Rotten Reunion here. Let's get rid of creatures. I mean, there's a chance they can get Coven. And if that's true, it's going to be pretty annoying. So the question we have here is whether I should just go for it with... I mean, the problem is I die in the air if I sack my Abomination. I die in the air next turn, so the answer is no. But we'll flash back Corpse Cobble here. Sack these 2, which will also draw us a card. Gives us a 4/4. I wonder what their 1 card is. Seems like it must be something that can interact with what we're doing, unfortunately. Not what we were hoping to draw, but hopefully it digs us deeper to a card that we're more interested in having. Yeah, I was gonna say, we do suddenly have a ton of damage. Oh, that is very nice. What I need to do is make sure I don't give them Coven, though. That's the awkward thing about the Intruder. And right now, I guess making the Soul Guide Gryph would not give them Coven, so that's good. So we'll attack with the 2 Menace creatures here. So we'll drop them to 8 if they take it, which I think we're pretty thrilled about. Play the Observer. We can use the Intruder to potentially take Coven away from them, too. Uh-oh. Are they going to be able to go wide enough here to ruin our lives? No. They can only make 1 right now, anyway. Oh, they do have Coven right now, though. Oh, what? So, I should have done it... I should have done it sooner, basically. Because now, if I flash in the Intruder, it doesn't actually do anything. Because they had to have it when they activated it. Yeah, I screwed that up. So, luckily this isn't going to kill us, but it is annoying. There wasn't really any way for me to do anything about it, because if I played the Intruder first, then what they would have done is activate it, so there wasn't really a way for me to avoid it. I was thinking I could with the help of the Intruder, but I was wrong. They're going to swing out here. It's going to come down to this. I wonder what their 1 card in hand is. Okay, well, I think that might mean we win, because we're not going to die. Yeah, so we flash in the Intruder. And then they're not going to have anything to protect them. I could have waited to do it, I guess, but... So, we shrink this down, I guess. That dies. We draw a card. Who knows what we'll draw? And... So, yeah, past the blockers. Block that. Block this. And we go to 2 and then kill them with their menace creatures. Yeah. So luckily killing that kept them from getting to 10. I guess we could have still killed them at 10, but... Thanks, Corpse Cobble! That's definitely the most work I've ever had the Corpse Cobble do. Corpse Cobble getting it done. So yeah, with the Intruder, you can't really turn off Coven the way it's worded. I guess you can if it's like at the beginning of combat type thing, but... With the activation Coven things, the Intruder can't really stop them once they're activated. But you do have to worry about accidentally giving your opponent Coven with it. But yeah. That was an epic comeback, though. We were down. We were in horrible shape in that game. And then the 2 Corpse Cobble tokens suddenly put them on like a 2-turn clock. And Luckily, we drew 1 or 2 real cards that allowed us to make it to those 2 turns. Ugh. Definitely a mulligan. I mean, this is a hand that if we had an island would be great, but... Hey, look, it's the opposite problem. I do think we have to keep it. Going down to 6 is real bad. Do we keep the island? I mean, do we give up an island? I think maybe we do. Because what we really need is a swamp anyway, so I think we... I mean, maybe we don't get the mana for Flip the Switch, which would be a bummer, but... I think probability-wise, we're in good shape here. Okay, now we'll even be able to cast Flip the Switch, so... There you go. They're investigating over there. That is not good. It's unblockable and lets them loot every time it does things. Good lord. Okay, well, we're gonna attack. Play a Larder Zombie, which is pretty terrible on this board. So, at least it hasn't transformed yet, but they could transform it right here if they wanted to. It's not like we're pressuring them. They may just pass their turn to make it bigger. Plus, they have a clue, so they're not really giving up any tempo. Oh, we did draw black, which is great. I am happy about that. Do I want to leave up Flip the Switch? I think probably playing Morbid Opportunist is just better. We will attack here with our Unblinking Observer. So now it just straight up draws them a card every time it blocks. So... we need to find removal for it. Bounce wouldn't be bad. I mean, it would at least slow things down a bit, but... I guess if we double spell, we can make it so it doesn't just draw them cards, but... it's not amazing. Well, that was a pretty good draw. I think I probably attack with the Observer. So I can use it, potentially, the Intruder, to blank this and kill the Abomination. It'll keep them from drawing a card, and I'll kill the Abomination, which is pretty good. Yeah, so we'll attack with our Intruder here. Yeah, blue-black is definitely the best deck, right now at least. I think blue-black, black-white, and blue-white are the best decks, and I think so far blue-black seems to be the best of all of those. We're going to try to Nebelgast Intruder here. Hopefully it goes our way. We actually can Surveil once too, which might matter. So, flash in the Intruder here. We could have flipped the switch, which would not be nice. Okay, so we're going to make the Seafaring Werewolf a 0/1 and trade with the Abomination. I could just shrink the Abomination and block it and kill it, but... yeah, maybe that's just better. I mean, this does take a card away from them, though, is the important way to look at it. So... we block. And then we Surveil if they give us the opportunity. And they will. So, I think we want a swamp. Morbid Opportunist comes back. Those two kill each other. I haven't seen someone play the Tome yet. I'm interested to see what happens here. So I think we play the Occultist and leave up Flip the Switch here. We could attack them, I guess. I mean, we do actually have an advantage right now. If I attack them, I can't leave up flip the switch, which is a little bit of a bummer. And I probably want to leave it up. I mean, they could play around it to some extent, but... I mean, and if I wasn't going to play... Yeah, I think we just play the Occultist here and pass the turn. We probably want to exile that at some point, huh? I mean, it's not going to be now that we do it, but look at them just drawing cards over there. It's gross and unfair. So yeah, we'll take one here. They may play around flip the switch here, and that's kind of a bummer. Because I can't even really use Rotten Reunion, because they can just flash it back in response. I guess now I can take the Bait Hook Angler with Rotten Reunion, and that doesn't feel so bad. That's probably what I'll do if they play around flip the switch. Okay. Or, alternatively, I could counter this. Or use Rotten Reunion on Secrets of the Key. I guess I can surveil first. Let's surveil. Get some more information. Oh, no, I can't. Because I need the mana for flip the switch if that's what I'm going to do. It's just a 1-2. I think I'm going to let it resolve and just go after Secrets of the Key here with our Rotten Reunion. So that's removal. I think I'm a little more inclined to counter that. Yeah. And then we still have a chance to Rotten Reunion, so we'll counter that. And then we'll surveil. I think we probably put that in our graveyard. See, we drew land anyway. Okay. So I think we play our Morbid Opportunist here. And then we attack with the zombie token, because we're going to draw a card off of it right away. Okay, Crawl from the Cellar is going to be good. I do think we go ahead and go after their Secrets of the Key here while we can. And end our turn. Yeah, we can get back our Intruder. Getting back Intruders with Crawl from the Cellar has been pretty awesome. Stupid unblockable creature. Both of them are unblockable, in fact. This costs 2 to tap. Or 1 to tap, actually. Alright, so let's Larder Zombie. No, we definitely want that, so decline. Okay. I'm trying to decide if drawing a card is better than starting to ping them for 2 a turn. I feel like drawing a card is probably a little better. I mean, I can still ping them for 1 after all. Let's go to combat and see what they do. There's no reason we have to do this first, because they're going to tap something, actually. So we're not going to be able to ping twice anyway. So, yeah. I think we probably... probably just the observer attacks. Yeah. Okay, so then I think we play Siege Zombie. I could hold on to Crawl from the Cellar to get back our Siege Zombie. That doesn't seem like a bad plan. Yeah. It's not like I could play the Nebelgast Intruder this turn anyway, so I think we'll just end the turn. Uh-oh. Yeah, they're starting to get a good clock in the air, which is not, right now, something we're doing a great job of dealing with. I am hoping we can get them to die from Siege Zombie before they can kill us, though. That's the goal here. Oh yeah, that's completely unblockable now. Okay. That's not good. I should have played a spell, if only to prevent that from happening. Alright, so we're going to take 5. Are they actually mono blue? Sure feels that way. Oh, God. Grafted freaking identity. Oh, my goodness. How's that for a draw? Do I use it now? How much damage can I do on the backswing, though, is the question. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Plus the ping? Interesting. That's interesting. I don't have to do it now. Plus I get another zombie from Rotten Reunion. So... yeah, I guess we'll false hope it. That means I have one less blocker. We even get to scry, which is kind of nice. That resolves without doing anything. And we drop them to 9. Then we use Rotten Reunion. Guess we'll take away Grafted Identity. So they get to tap a thing here. But I'm not sure it matters a ton. Okay. Didn't really want to draw a land there. So if we attack with everything here... it's not great. I think we probably use Crawl from the Cellar here. Get back our Intruder. Then where do we put the counter? I mean, Larder Zombie can't attack. I think we'd rather put it on a thing that does damage. And they're more likely to tap down our Siege Zombie than they are Zombie Tokens. I mean, I don't love putting it on Zombie Tokens, of course. But it's kind of passable. I could actually do it twice if I wanted to. But Yeah, I don't think we want to. I think we probably just pass the turn here. We can flash in the intruder and drop them to 7. 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Corpse Cobble would be nice. But, you know. Alright. Flash the Nebelgast Intruder. So I think letting them loot is less of a problem right now than us taking damage, given the situation. So I think we probably want to shrink Storm Rider Spirit and let them loot. We go to 7. Another bait hook angler is annoying. It's going to be a close game. Okay. So we can drop them to 7 here with Siege Zombie. Time of day is not going to change this time. Flip the switch is a little bad on this particular board state. Okay, so what happens here if I swing out? They've got 3 blockers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 attackers. They're going to end up blocking the biggest things. I mean, we're not really going to do enough damage. But I do get to draw a card. Yeah, if we play our Morbid Opportunist first, that is. Okay, so they flip the switch on that. Do we flip the switch? I think we probably flip the switch. They're flip the switch. Yeah. So I kind of think we rumble here with some of our stuff anyway. Certainly our Nebelgast Intruder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can do 3 to them right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess we can do 3 to them just by tapping our things. So attacking probably isn't worth it. Yeah. I don't think we attack this turn. I think we do next turn. Although they're going to make it hard on us because they can tap some stuff, but... Uh-oh. So, now if we want to use Siege Zombie, we have to use it, like, now. These guys can't block, and you're going to die, so I may as well tap you. That drops them to 6. Drops them to 5. I get to draw a card. I needed to leave back some blockers, unfortunately. Oh, gosh. I think you might be a turn too late, Corpse Cobble. So I could get my Siege Zombie back, which is nice. So we're going to go to 2 here. Uh-oh. Are we just dead now? Does Scob Wrangler make us dead? I think we might be dead. It's close, though. I mean, this game is a close one, that's for sure. Unless I'm straight up dead. In that case, it's not very close. I don't think I am, though. Yeah, I think they made a little mistake there. Because our occultist can block. We go to 1, and then we win on the backswing, potentially. We still might not be able to win, but... 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 6. Oh, wait, no. Are we dead? Because we take 3, 4... No, we go to 1. Block that. 3, 4, 5. We go to 1. Woo! That game was stressful. But hey, we ended up getting to 4 wins with this, which I think is good. I don't know what they meant to do there, but I think waiting to tap was probably what they needed to do. I think that's what they needed to do. Yeah, we've played a lot of nail biters with this deck. This has been a long draft. This is going to be like a 2-hour YouTube video. The Novice wouldn't have killed me. I would have gone to 1 because I blocked the 3-2 on the ground, took 5, and then took 1 from my Novice. This is a keep. It's not a great one, but... it's not completely terrible. So they're probably going to discard something that's advantageous for them here. Let's see. And if we can Rotten Reunion that on turn 1, I'm going to like the value. I might still Rotten Reunion. I think I probably do. Mostly because on turn 3, it means we can play our Morbid Opportunist and then attack with a zombie for value. Uh-oh. So, not loving that. Do I bother with another Rotten Reunion? I kind of think holding on to it's probably worth it. So I will. Play Morbid Opportunist here. Attack with a Decay token to draw a card. So every time I've drafted blue-black, I have had a winning record. Which is cool. I might be able to kill it, but because I have Crawl from the Cellar, I am not... yeah. I'm not super worried about that. So I think we'll just play Crawl from the Cellar and get it back. I mean, not having the token value sucks, but I think getting back the Opportunist is pretty valuable. Look how good our hand is, though. Our opponent's in trouble. They better look out. You think they have another one? They could have the kill something that was damaged card. Okay. That's another card that doesn't really do anything, so that's not good. Our deck does have maybe a few more cards that don't do anything than you normally want. Should I probably have used Rotten Reunion there just so that didn't happen? Probably. Probably is the case. Take 4. Luckily, they're not, like, bashing us to death. I mean, we're still... Our life total still looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't think we can really afford to let this happen, so... We'll flip the switch. Because they're already tapping enough stuff, you know? Okay, we'll Rotten Reunion here. Take out the Trapper. Hello. An actual creature that can block. I knew I had some of those. Alright, so we're going to attack with one of these for the card draw. Wow. That is not what you're looking for. I can tell you that. Like... Alright. We do get to Surveil, which, like, should help us draw some non-lands, right? Yeah, I don't like that you have a flyer. I'm hoping I can do something about it, though. Oh my god. We just bottomed a land and then drew another land. Oh boy. So, we're gonna attack with this. Oh, it's actually not a great attack now, is it? Gosh. I feel like we kind of have to draw a card, though, if we're gonna have a chance here. Like, we have to draw a real card, or they're about to hit us for pretty close to lethal, so... I don't think we can afford to, do nothing here. You ready to draw another land? I am. Oh, hey, that's not a land. Look at that. Okay, okay. I'm tempted to play Crawl from the Cellar just to make it a 3/3. That's kind of where we're at right now. But I think we probably block with it and then bring it back. That's probably the smarter play. We also get to draw a card off of it. So that's good. Alright, so we're going to block their Falcon Abomination. Which will draw us a card, and we'll go to 6. So... I can get rid of the Gale Drifter later, which is nice. So let's do this. Decline. I'd like that in my hand, please. Yeah. So, I think we just get back that zombie. The problem is I won't have the mana available to get rid of the Gale Drifter if I do that, but I can't kill the Gale Drifter otherwise. So, yeah. So I think we'll get Falcon Abomination back and put a counter on our Larder Zombie. Glad you made it to the stream, Carrot Boy. And, oh, we actually will have it. I'm stupid. I'm glad I did it. So then we play the Abomination. Let's hope they don't have Flip the Switch. They don't, but they have Devious Cover-Up. And that's not good. Kind of needed that Abomination. Trying to decide if I use Rotten Reunion here to get rid of one of these. I probably do. So I think we attack just to draw a card. Then we end our turn. Yeah, that's not good. I think we might have lost. So, yeah, I'm dead, right? Oh, I have to block this. I go to 1 if I block that. I do get to draw another card, but I think it's been too little too late. I mean, we just drew way too many lands in this game early. We might be able to take out the flyer. We do get to dig a little bit. And if we find Eaten Alive... Have we played an Eaten Alive? No, we have 2 Eaten Alives in our deck, so if we find it... No, that's not going to be enough either, but... Let's take a look. Did I forget to, I think I did forget to surveil. Is Fading Hope better because I can also play Siege Zombie and not give anything up? I think it is. That actually is going to buy us a turn or whatever. Because I'll have 4 blockers. Yeah. It actually will buy us a turn. Oh, good. I only had 2 creatures. It's good to know. I would like to also get Eaten Alive, but we were dead this turn. If we got Eaten Alive instead of Fading Hope, because we would have had to... We wouldn't have had enough blockers because we would pay too much mana. So we kind of have to hope we hit another Eaten Alive, basically, is what we're looking at. Or find a flyer. I mean, that would work. It's probably better here to surveil. And I can do it twice if I use Rotten Reunion. I think we have to surveil. Since we're dead to that flyer otherwise. Alright, so let's Rotten Reunion. Take out their cover-up. Surveil twice. Decline. I mean, we have to draw a flyer or a thing to get rid of Gale Drifter. Drawing us Novice Occultist doesn't do anything. Put it into our graveyard. How many of our creatures... Oh, okay. All right. We got a little bit of a chance here now. The bad news is we can stop it once, but we can't stop it twice right now. We're going to have to find yet another thing to be okay here. Yeah. Uh-oh. That might kill us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead because of Component Collector. Actually, we're not, because I can shrink one of the things. I can shrink whatever I can't block and kill Gale Drifter, so we've got a little bit of a chance here. Especially if they only attack with that, which we're pretty happy about. Let's hope they don't have another counterspell. Okay, so we're going to pass, we're going to block, and yeah, we want to surveil twice again, so. That's a really good draw, so I think we leave it on top. Getting it twice is cool. I mean, you know, if we milled it, we could flash it back, but I think we want it on top. Oh yeah, we get to draw it right away, too. My god, we're still alive. It's Flip the switch, huh? Okay, so we're gonna crawl from the cellar. Get back our Nebelgast Intruder. I guess making Organ Hoarder a 4/3 is not too bad here. I guess we may as well 3/4. Should we just attack with the zombie here? I guess we should. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I did not do that. It like lagged out and thought I did. How many cards are left in our deck? 9. But yeah, I think we attack with a zombie here. Okay. I guess holding on to the zombie meant I could have done more damage, but... What else can I get back? Yeah, nothing that great. So I think we just pass the turn. Leave up Flip the Switch and Nebelgast Intruder. Here the Intruder can flash in and blanket and kill it without dying itself, which is great. So they have, what? 1, 2, 3, 4... If an opponent has more life than you, they're not going to do that. We don't control more creatures. They do get to draw a card. I guess we're okay with that. It's basically cycling. I couldn't flip it anyway, so... So flipping that doesn't really seem worth it, but I guess it does take away a creature this turn, and its tap effect could end up killing us pretty handily at some point. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, we have to flip it. So, do we flash in our Intruder here? I think we probably do. And now, I think we start trying to pressure them instead of surveilling. Oh, no. Okay. I keep forgetting about this stupid component collector. It's ruining our lives. Does that mean we're dead? It probably does. Okay, it actually doesn't. Alright, so... I could sack my own Intruder so that I can get it back with Crawl from the Cellar. And kill the Whale Drifter in the process. That's pretty good, honestly. The zombies... Yeah. So, we're going to sack a creature. We're going to kill the Whale Drifter. Sack our Intruder. This game is wacky. Even if we don't win this game, like... the stuff we've done with this deck has been awesome. We might mill ourselves before we kill our opponent is the bad news. So, yeah, we'll play Crawl from the Cellar here. Get back the Intruder. I guess we put the counter on Siege Zombie. This can already attack pretty well. So, yeah. We've already drawn a card this turn, so attacking isn't awesome for us. I mean, I could consider it. It would thin out a blocker or whatever if I attack with Organ Hoarder here. They would have to block with the Cathars, but I don't draw a card off of it, so I don't think I'm that inclined to do it yet. No. We're getting close to having lethal. This thing can't block, so that's... I mean, it can block our Nebelgast Intruder, I guess, but... What a wacky game. Yeah, we don't desperately want to draw cards anymore either. That's true. You're not wrong. We could mill out. I mean, it's a forced mill, so... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can do 3 to them if I flash in the intruder, which I'll probably do, I guess. This game. God, if we get a 5th win out of this game, it's going to be very satisfying. And we have a chance. One thing to worry a little bit about here is if I don't draw a land, I'll have to pass. So if I flash in the intruder, I'll have to pass my turn without playing anything, and then they can tap down my intruder. So I don't think I play the intruder here. So I think we just use our siege zombie here to do its thing. Drop them to 10. Okay. Another observer. And then we pass the turn. It is going to become night, so they'll be able to tap a thing, but if the thing they tap isn't my intruder, I don't think it matters. So... Oh no, we played a creature anyway, so what am I talking about? It's not even going to become night. Oh god. What a crazy game. It's been fun. So they must have a way to stop our intruder here, which will be the end for us if they can do it. Okay. That's encouraging. So then we go siege zombie. Siege zombie. Siege zombie. We draw a card. One card is okay. I wish it wasn't a land, but it's okay. I think we're dead. I think they got us. That's unfortunate. I mean, you know, we've been walking a tightrope this whole time. It was sort of bound to happen. Yeah, I guess I attack to draw a card. I guess that's like our only play. Come on, Corpse Cobble. You're not what I wanted. I guess I could have surveilled first, but... yeah. I guess I'll make them kill me. I mean... scare them at least. We're gonna pay them mana here. We're gonna see what's on top of our deck with our larder zombie before they kill us. So, yeah, I was gonna say, I guess what they're doing there is just trying to force us to draw a card. I can actually still draw one card here and not die. So we're actually not quite dead yet. Let's see what's on top of our library. And then we'll Corpse Cobble to draw a card. We actually don't even have to Corpse Cobble. Oh yeah, we do. If we want to do it before we die. Siege Zombie. Let's see what the other card is, just to do it. Oh, we had another Nebelgast Intruder in our deck. So if that had been what was on top there, we would have been okay. But we're dead. I forgot we had another Nebelgast Intruder. Why couldn't those two cards have been in different order? We were probably still going to die, but we would have had one more turn. I think we would have ended up decking ourselves before we killed them, so probably doesn't matter too much. That was fun, though. We had 4 and 3 with this thing, and it wasn't the greatest zombie deck. It was capable of being pretty grindy, obviously.